Martha Larson from the Davidson-Davie Community College Small Business Center, and I'm here with Pastor Anthony Knotts to talk about Seafood Destiny. It's a rainy day out here at Bull City Cider Works, but there's nothing like good food to help you on a rainy day. We're going to ask him some questions and learn about his business and how that started and everything. Can you tell us just a little bit about the history of Seafood Destiny?
Actually, it began in my backyard as a bill. I made a promise to my daughter that if she got into college, I would pay for it, and because I don't believe in student loans, and she upheld her end of the bargain. She got accepted at several universities, but decided to go to North Carolina A&T. But the problem was I had no money, so I had this idea, and so the original idea was to actually do, I think it was 50 crab leg rolls a week, and for $25. And we would have enough, and we started in our backyard, and here we are now.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So tell us a little bit about some of the lessons that you learned, because you started with the food truck, correct?
No, actually, that was the idea. But we were going to do a food truck, and the lessons is, my first food truck that I ever purchased, I purchased online, I got scammed for $10,000. And so, I ordered it online. There's this thing called mirroring, and I fell victim. But 3 days later, I was back online, and I actually found another food truck, and so we're actually working. This is actually our third one. But the lessons, a lot of people think that this is easy. It's not easy. I think that the first lesson that I learned is that you got to have a mentor. You got to find somebody in the industry who's willing to share. And oftentimes I even hear now that there are not a lot of people who are willing to share because people are competitive and they don't want to help you with your learning curve. So the first thing, I think you should get a mentor. Then the other thing is, when we got our trucks, we spent a lot of money in them. One trailer, we never hit the road because we were just happy to get a trailer, and we didn't build it out based upon how we were going to do our food. So that's important, to think about what type of food, how your food is going to flow before you actually get a truck built. Right now there's a lot of trucks for sale, but just because it's for sale and it might be cheap, it may not work for you. The other main thing is you got to talk to your health department and find out what their standards are, and what their requirements are, because they can actually cut your learning curve. They're not there to hurt you or hold you back. They're actually there to help you. We went through a couple denials with this one, but each time they told us what we had to do, and we fixed it, and we got approved, because they're in the business to make sure that you operate properly. The consumer is protected, but you're also protected too, because these things can catch on fire and different things like that. So you got to work with your local health department. That's just some of the things that I learned.
Awesome. What was the most expensive piece of equipment that you had to put on your truck?
The whole truck. Here's something else that people need to decide. They need to decide if they're going to do a truck or if they're going to do a trailer. In situations like, I've had 2 trailers and now I have a truck. The good thing about the truck is that you can, if you're doing rodeos or different things like that, you can just jump in it, you can just drive it. But they break down. Like several weeks ago, our truck broke down. It cost me $3,000, but it also cost me the revenue that I missed. I was actually riding to Raleigh today, and a friend of mine who has a food truck business, his truck was broke down, but he was getting it towed to where he was going to sell because he couldn't miss that revenue and get it towed back. But if you have a trailer, you're not going to have that problem. But when you're at a rodeo with a trailer, you gotta be the first one there. You gotta be the last one to leave. So situations like that, you just gotta sit down and think about the pros and the cons of a truck and a trailer. And a mentor can really help you with that kind of stuff.
Definitely, and that's why we love to have you here and have you expressing the information that you have about your experience. Right. So tell us a little bit about the commissary, how all that worked.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you gotta have a commissary, and that's one of the things that people think. You think you can just get this idea, get a truck, and go for it. No, you got to work with the health department. But one of the things they require is that you got to have a commissary. And the purpose of that commissary is you got to have somewhere where you can store your food, you can prep your food, you can wash your dishes and different things like that, and get ready for the next time you go out. And that's another big need, is that to have a commissary and everything. And so one of our ideas is we studied and we realized that the step after seafood trucks that did really well, the next step was a takeout. So when I couldn't find commissaries and everything, I found this spot that we have, and it serves as our restaurant as well as a takeout. So there again, that's building relationships, and one of the big needs in our area is more commissaries, because mobile food, it's now and it's the future. It's not going anywhere. We just got to do it the proper way.
And that's what I'm hearing, like there's the Enterprise Center in Winston-Salem has a kitchen and things like that. So that's why it's awesome to have those types of things available.
Right.
So one last bit, what's one more thing that you would say to someone that's thinking about opening a food truck or starting a food truck?
Make the investment to get coaching. I mean, you can have a mentor, but a mentor, they're going to tell you, but like for somebody like myself, I'll help people out, but my time is precious. And I think that if I would have had a mentor or even invested in coaching, the money I would have spent to not make the mistakes, because this truck cost me $65,000, but I probably spent another $15,000 to $20,000 in correct the mistakes. So I would honestly say, if you're serious about this, the investment that you should make is actually finding a coaching program, finding somebody that's going to coach you and walk you through not just the truck, but the infrastructure, making sure that you're incorporated and different things like that. You have your executive team. Find a coach. I mean, because with that coaching, that they should be resourceful. They should help you with somebody giving you leads on where to get your truck built or your trailer built, also financing and different things like that. Find a coach and be willing to make that investment.
And that's what I'm proud to do as a small business center director, is to help connect people and to provide that business planning and things like that.
One of the things that I'm finding is a friend of mine just reached out to me. He's from Lexington. He went to Wake County. They have a 14-week class that he paid for, but he paid for 14 weeks of setting in a class. When I think that that's great. Attending the community college, if they offer, I know Guilford Technical, they offer it. But if you have the people like yourself, to partner with and go and collaborate and learn, you're gonna be steps ahead.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, and we really enjoyed the food today.
All right, I'm glad. Thank you.